Leave it alone and it's going to get worse. How do I know? It was in July of 2004 in Phoenix, Arizona. As an aside, it was hot. People say, but it's dry heat. I tell them it's not. I'm not talking about whether it's wet or dry. I'm talking about heat, and it was hot. I was attending my first National Speakers Association convention. I had been given the all clear for my bladder cancer in May 2004, and I was obviously very pleased. It was at that convention that I first noticed I was suffering from a shortness of breath. I fooled myself and attributed it to my cancer radiotherapy treatment I had received. And for the next 3 years, that's what I continued to tell myself. By September 2007, however, I was suffering from shortness of breath when I exerted myself the least little bit. I couldn't even walk up a flight of stairs without having trouble breathing. I couldn't walk from my office to my house, which was only 100 feet or so, without the same problem. Now, it finally came to a head while I was taking a couple of weeks looking at property to buy in North Carolina. I was having trouble walking through the houses and up and down stairs, and one day, during the 2 weeks, I believe I had a heart attack. I say I believe I had one because I didn't go to the doctor until I got back home in England. When I finally went to the doctor, I was told that my aortic valve was not opening and closing properly, and not only that, but 3 of my arteries were just about closed up. I remember Mr. El Gamel, my Egyptian heart surgeon, saying to me, "Richard, if you don't have your valve replaced and bypass surgery and have that done immediately, you may have 6 to 12 weeks to live." There again, I had left it alone, kidded myself into thinking that it was just a temporary condition and would go away on its own, and my condition just got worse. So if you have been watching the series, I've given you a number of examples where I would have been a lot better off if I wouldn't have put off taking action. You may remember I delayed in letting my salesperson go, and it ended up costing me loads of money and wasted time. I put off going to the doctor when I first had my symptoms of bladder cancer, and it ended up spreading to other parts of my body. I put off going to the doctor about my shortness of breath until it got so bad I was told that if I didn't take care of the heart problems immediately, I had maybe 6 to 12 weeks to live. I was extremely foolish in all 3 of these examples. And it took all 3 to finally teach me the lesson. So what's the lesson? Well, I'm sure you've figured it out by now, but if you haven't, here it is. Leave it alone, and it's going to get worse. I'm talking about almost any negative situation you face. A situation you're facing at the office, a situation you're facing in your personal life, or a medical situation you might be facing. If you leave it alone, it's going to get worse. So the questions I have for you are these. What situation are you leaving alone? What situation in your life should you be doing something about but aren't? What situation in your business should you be doing something about but aren't? Could it be a personal relationship that really isn't working? A job that you know is wrong for you? Could it be your relationship with your boss? Could it be your finances, or your weight, or your smoking, or your health, or whatever else that you're putting off doing something about? Well, whatever it is, my suggestion to you is to do something about it now. Because remember this, leave it alone and it's going to get worse.